Hi everybody, my name is Harry Jacobs and I am the North of 60 Gamer and welcome today. Today I'm going to do something different. I'm just going to have like a vlog, a general chat. It was a very busy weekend and I just wanted to tell you some of the things going on, what's happening in my life, where I'm going, things like that, just so that you can see how things are developing. And you'll see more of this probably over the next coming weeks or so as I get busier. I just adjusted my so I can have more of me in the pictures here. Just as I get busier with some of the side projects, and that's one of the things I want to talk about today. But first, I want to talk about Tarmacon. So I live in Yellowknife, Northwest Territories, and Tarmacon Gaming Nights and is one of the big gaming groups here, and they sponsor a lot of events. And they had their annual con, and it was amazing. This I've been going to their con since I've moved up here, and it was the biggest and best yet. A group of volunteers put their hours together and had escape rooms and board games and cosplay, LARPing. The 501st was up from Edmonton, so we could see Star Wars characters who were doing droid hunts. It was really amazing. And one of the drivers for that, and I think my privilege of working with Edward Butt, or Ed, who owns Coyote's Restaurant, who is opening up tabletop games and eats, as well as tabletop games and collectibles. So we're opening up because I will be working upstairs in the tabletop games and collectibles, selling board games. I have a small interest in it, let's just say, and I will be moving part of my operations of North of 60 Gamer into tabletop games and collectibles and tabletop games and eats. Part of my responsibility is to curate the collection in both the cafe and the store, make sure that the staff are trained, and I'm going to do videos. One of the things I want to do in the game boxes is put QR codes to videos, whether they're my videos or Paul Grogan's or Rodney Smith or John Gets Game or Meeple Mountain or One Stop Co-op. It doesn't matter. But one of the things I want to make it very easy for our patrons to play games. So this is a very exciting opportunity for me in my life. As you know, I am not a youngster. I am going to be, don't say anything, but I'm going to be 65 this year. I work for the government as a BA, project manager, systems analyst type of position. Been here for 10 years or so. And I'm getting ready to say, hey, I'm going to take my pension, but I got to do something, and I want to be in a store. I want to bring board games to my community that I serve. And not just my community, but the North. So I'm hoping that we can build a presence not only in the store, but online through mediums such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and all those types of things. Now, somebody else is doing TikTok. I don't want to do that, but we will have a Facebook group. I just requested Ed. We do have one up and running now, so check out Facebook for Tabletop Games and Eats. They've posted some of the con pictures there, and we'll be putting stuff out there. But we also are now hopefully getting a Facebook page up and running for the Tabletops Games and Collectibles. In that store, we are going to be carrying board games, and this will be a curated set of board games. We're not looking to be big volume. What we're looking is to serve this community and online to some extent the type of games that we feel are appropriate for our community. So part of the philosophy will be is we're probably not going to be too much into heavy games because I want to serve the families, the community. And while we do have heavy game players, I want to be able to start them off and have, like My First Scythe and My First Ticket to Ride. And there's a few other gaming lines that are family specific, as well as up through the fillers, the lightweights, and up into the medium to medium heavy. And maybe not tripping over into the heavy. So to put that into context, we're probably looking, if you go over to Board Game Geek, and if you're new to my channel and you don't know Board Game Geek because you're not a gamer, go check it out at boardgamegeek.com. And, if you're looking for a game, go check it out. They have complexity ratings, and the complexity ratings that I'm looking at are probably between 1, which is that very simple gateway family game, to 3 to 3.2, which puts you up to, that line between medium and heavy, but not in that so heavy that which ranges in that sort of 3.8, 4.2, which is, we're talking about the Vita Lacerda games like On Mars and Lisboa. Doesn't say we won't get it for you, but probably not something that you'll see in a store regularly. But you will be welcome to request it. I do have copies that if you want to see how that game plays, you just have to ask, and I'll bring it for you, and we'll play it together, and I will teach you. So that's very exciting for us. Again, the emphasis will be service. And one of the things you'll be able to understand is that when I say I'm going to be there at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I will be there at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We are going to stay open late, and we're going to stay open till at least maybe between 8 and 9 o'clock at night. That hour is yet to be set because we want to sort of be there when the cafe is open in the evening. Give you an opportunity, if you're playing a game downstairs, to say, yeah, this is really cool, I'd like to buy this. Then you could either request it and we'll bring it down to you, or you can buy it online and I'll bring it down to you, or you can come upstairs and buy it and I'll sell it to you. Either way, one of the things I am going to be doing is offer sleeve packages. So sleeving is something I do. You don't have to sleeve, don't tell me. But I want to make it easy for you. So I will look up the sleeves for you. I will put together a package for you. And then more than likely we'll probably give you a little something on the side, discount or something, if you buy the sleeves for the game that you just bought. Just a little thank you. So we want to be there for you. Plans eventually are to include Warhammer, so we'll be looking to put Warhammer in at some point. We're going to have a D&D room specific to D&D, but if you want to rent that room, let me know, or you want to bring a group in, you have to just let me know. If you want it catered, let me know. We'll be perfectly happy to have you there. There will be tables to play upon. So if you just want to walk in and grab a store copy of a game and sit down with friends and play, great. Glad to see you there. If you want to order some food, we'll run some food from downstairs, upstairs to you, though we are not a food serving facility, but we'll get you food. Those are kind of things that are happening. Another question that comes, and I think we'll stop it after this next segment, which is really about how do I get into games? I've talked about this before, and I think it's worth bearing in mind now that this store is coming up. Bearing in mind, how do I get into the gaming hobby? What am I looking for? And I'm not talking about Warhammer. I'm talking about board games in general. That doesn't negate collectible card games, which will also be in the store, such as Magic, Pokemon, Digimon, and probably whatever else we're selling. I think we'll be getting into baseball and sports cards as well, hence the collectibles. But I do know how to play Magic and now Pokemon. So one of the things that I would suggest is, evaluate what type of themes do you like. So I like Cthulhu, I like space games, I like fantasy, and there is a slew of those games out there. So keeping that in mind, do you like historical games? There's lots of historical games out there. So the number one thing I would really stress is, when you're starting out in gaming, you want a game in a space with a theme that speaks to you. So if you like science fiction, if you like horror, if you like historical, that would be the weird place to start. Does the theme speak to you? The next thing is try to think about, what is my knowledge of games? Rules can be hard to understand sometimes. Do you want something that's easy to set up, plays quickly, and tears down quickly? What I like to call 5-5-5, which is 5 minutes to set up, 5 minutes to learn, 5 minutes to tear down? Or do you want something that's in that 2-hour play space where you can set up, play, and tear down within 2.5 hours? Those are all considerations, because the heavier the game, the longer the time frame. Do you want to get into a space game like Twilight Imperium 4 where you can be 6 to 8 hours? Or do you want to play a quick game of, say, Xia, which is a couple hours? It's a sandbox game. You can play for a couple hours. You can sort of slide the victory points from 10 to 25, depending on how long you want that game to go. Things to keep in mind. That's when you're selecting a game. So we have the theme. How heavy of a game do you want? Do you want a game that's involved? Do you want resource management? Then you're looking at Euro games. If you're looking at a random game, you're looking at things that are what we mistakenly call Ameritrash, which is the derogatory note for basically games that are more random and luck-based. So in Euro games, it tends to be focused on strategy, resource management, worker placement. You might get some of that in a randomized game, but it tends to be heavily slated on dice or cards or what you get in your hand. So there's a big difference, and you might have to play one or the other to try to figure that out. Another one is mechanics. What kind of mechanics do you like? Do you like cards? Do you want to deal with placing a token or a meeple on an action space, doing what that action is, collecting some resource? Do you like take that? Do you want to, screw your opponent? Munchkin's a great one for that. If you like Munchkin and a lot of screw you type games like that, there's a few of them out there where, Munchkin you can lose friends over Munchkin. But those are the kinds of considerations that you want to make. Now, I can help you with those choices. And basically, you can put those down in the comments, ask me a question. When we get that Facebook up page, you can ask a question there. I'm trying to set up an email address that says, hey, I want to ask you a question, Harry. Can you answer this question for me? And you can send me a question. If the questions are good, I think we'll start putting a fact out on the website. So one of the things I'm asking for Ed is, can we develop a website that has facts, reviews, maybe a blog and a forum? Really embrace the media in order to bring you in and give you that opportunity to interact with me and other game staff or other staff in tabletop and get the answers you're looking for. And if it's good, we want to be able to put it in a fact. We want to put it in a forum, or we want to discuss it. Maybe I'll even do a video, because I love doing videos about questions. So this would be a great way of doing things. Other than that, the rules. Do you want a lot of rules or you want a little rules? These are all ways of doing it. We've got the themes, we got the rules, the heaviness of it. How much time do you want to spend playing? Who are you going to play with? Do you want to play solo by yourself, or do you want to play with friends, or do you want to do both? There's games that span solo and multiplayer. There's games that are just solo, and there's games that are just multiplayer. And these are all things I can help you do in the store. And I can help you now if you want to put comments in or get in touch with me on Facebook. I do watch Tabletop Games and Eats right at the moment. I do post in there, but please, if you have a question, post something somewhere there, and I'll see it, or Ed will tell me it's there, and I'll go answer your question for you. I want to do more of these vlogs. As I said earlier, I think we're going to be going into the store soon, and I'm going to take some pictures of the space. It's pretty bare to the walls right now. We are just in the process of now trying to pick out the shelving and the wall slats and all those types of things so that we can put the games up. The space has security now. It's got an alarm now, but we don't have any shelves to put anything in. The studio that I'm doing here is going to move over there, and we're going to do games in the store. We're going to tape them in the store. We're going to tape them with our patrons. So if you want to be involved and you're in Yellowknife, let me know. We'll do a game night type video where we're playing around and just playing a game as friends, and we'll videotape it and put it up on YouTube, and link it, of course, into our Facebook pages. So I am super busy. I continue to look at games, study games. In fact, one of the games I came across, and I'm going to do a video for it, is Pokemon, and I've got the Pokemon Academy Battle. I have the Pokemon Battle Academy here. That we had a copy we had 3 copies at the Tarmacon, and I thought, I love the game so much, I want to do a video. I may even buy some of the cards. I don't know yet. We'll see. I just bought some Vampire, the Eternal Struggle cards. I love Vampire games, and I want to look at that. It's a complex game, but maybe you'll come into the store and I'll teach you how to play that. So look for those types of things too. Anyway, that is kind of where my life is going. This is the goal, that I'm going to wind down my career with the government, go into the store full time. We are going to be there for you in the store. Have no doubts about that. If you have suggestions, you let me know, and we'll see whether or not we can do something for you. So anyway, I am Harry Jacobs. I am the North of 60 Gamer. I am talking about tabletop games and collectibles, as well as tabletop games and eats. Please join us in our adventure in the next 3 months as we strive to get the store open for you. We have some ideas around Halloween. We're probably going to be open a little later. We're probably going to run a Horrified tournament, perhaps, where everybody will play Horrified, and we'll do some party games, maybe One Night Werewolf. And I'm looking at a vampire game that plays up to 35 people. All these things are happening. So anyway, that's it for now. My name again is Harry Jacobs, and please touch base, put some comments below. If you like what you see, please like it, click, smash the subscribe, and hit notifications. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.